Howdy folks, Dr. here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're not going to do a Formula 1 track or flight, the next Formula 1 track. We're going to do one of the bush trips. The Oceania World Update came out a week or two ago, and we've got 3 new bush trips. So they're all done so far except the 3 newest. We're going to do Hawaii last because I have done so many Hawaiian missions, activities, and I think there's another Hawaiian bush trip in here somewhere. So we're going to save that one for last, because I swear we were just in Hawaii. I feel like we were. So let's go to the next one for now. New Caledonia. No, Caledonia, not Caledonia. New Caledonia tour. Poa to Nouméa. Let's click on it and see what it is here. It is about 3 hours long, 8 legs. At first I was thinking we would do, well, I'm not going to do this, but at first I was thinking we would do 1 leg per video, the entire leg, and no cuts. That's what I was thinking. But then it would take like 8 or take 2 weeks for you guys to see all this, right? Because I'd spread them out every other day. So that'd be 2 weeks to see a bush trip. That's ridiculous. So we're going to do several legs in each video like normal. Try to keep it under 45 minutes or so if I can with editing. And I'll just do my regular sightseeing, cut some stuff out. We don't miss any scenery, but I cut out the gaps in between POIs so that it's not 3 hours of video for you all. And it looks like every runway in this one's going to be pretty simple. Good. Alrighty, what airplane are in the Diamond DA-62? I get along with the Diamond aircraft a little more than I used to. We used to not be friends, but things are okay now. Let's see. Let's read about it. Let's get going. New Caledonia is a French territory in the Southwest Pacific Ocean, located approximately 1,000 miles due east of Queensland, Australia. Oh, yeah, okay. Of course. I'm picturing that in my head. Yeah, of course, because of the Oceania update. Duh, of course it's there. Anyway, that was a lot funnier for me than you, I'm sure. New Caledonia comprises of over 140 islands and islets and lies within the Melanesia region of Oceania. The region consists of the island of New Caledonia, also called Grande Terre, and the archipelagos of the Loyalty Islands, the Bellup Islands, Le Depin, and the Chesterfield Islands. My cat is named Chesterfield, one of my 4 cats. British navigator, whoa, this is a long one. British navigator James Cook bestowed the name to the islands in 1774 to remind him of Scotland. Caledonia is a Latin name that was in the use during the Roman Empire. For the area that would become Scotland. The region experienced a long history of colonization, notably by the French, of course, who at one time used it as a penal colony. Man, we used to say that in grade school. I don't think you can say that anymore. Like if you were doing like dodgeball or some other game where people had to sit off to the side, it was called the penal gallery or penal colony. I don't think you can say that anymore, but whatever. Today it is a sui generis collectively. Special status collectively of France, and is such a popular French tourist destination. This bush trip focuses on the island of New Caledonia, circumnavigating it, starting at its capital, Nouméa. The island measures 250 miles in length by 40 miles wide. Oh, that's cool. So we'll be able to see the entire island the whole time. And is oriented northwest to southeast. So top left to lower right if you're thinking in Minecraft terms. The result of tectonic collisions and rifting, the island is one of the most geographically diverse regions on the planet. On this journey, pilots are treated to sights from beautiful stretches of coastline to its highest point, Mont Panier, at 5,341 feet above sea level. And we have a low-wing aircraft. So it's hard to see a low-wing aircraft, but that's okay. So there you go. There's your introduction. We'll grab at least the first 3 legs in this video, probably, and then edit it down to something that's consumable by you. So here we go. Let's get going. What are we waiting for? All right. Looks like they have a starting short of the runway. That's, whoa, let's turn these off. Whoops, hang on. That's different. I like it. We get to start short, taxi out there a little bit. Oh my gosh. Look at this scenery. Even close to the ground. Okay, don't look at that. But close to the ground. Look how nice the scenery is. Oh, it is not dystopian at all. Everything's in its place. You can see the roads, even close to the ground. This is beautiful. Look at the tall building out there, whatever that is. Oh my gosh. Wow. I have very high expectations for this one. Man. Oh, you know how I feel about little islands. I love little islands so much. I would not mind being on one of those little islands. Oh my goodness. I am just taking this all in. Look how densely populated that is. Then the mountains. I would not mind living here. Holy guacamole. Okay, that, I could just look at that for 2 hours, but it'll be wasting our time. Okay, let's hop inside. I have presets for this. Okay, good. I'm just getting familiar with this aircraft. It's been a very long time. Okay, we're going to have GPS, so we can just do the thing where we let the computer do the work, which we might do. As I've said, in every bush trip, we have flown in every possible way. Everything from complete manual VFR navigation to no map at all, right? Look at those blurry cars. No map at all. We have used the map in the airplane, but no GPS. We've used GPS. We've done it all. We have nothing to prove to anybody, so we'll probably just use autopilot and GPS for at least some of this. We will see. Was there a fuel selector switch somewhere? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's hop down here. Anything we can do, we turn on pitot heat. We'll leave the fuel pumps off for this. Nothing too extravagant, because it's I shouldn't say just a bush trip. There's option 3 I like, yeah. Bush trips are very important and very exciting. That's what I've been doing most. But they're a little simpler than a complete free flight. So anyway, okay, so let's start reading about this, then we'll get going right away here. Okay, so first we're going to head to Le Mont d'Or. After lifting off, head to the north, flying over an inland along a small peninsula to the city center. So we're already in the city, right? So we're going to get there right when we take off. And then that's right here. Then 2 is the river. Fly, pass over the river. Okay, cool. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to read it all and just fly, and then you have to figure out and sightsee what you're looking at. We're going to go thing by thing for the most part. So the city center and then the Caledonia River. Those 2 things. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, let's get going. That's it. I've done so many bush trips that I don't want to completely repeat myself every single time, because I know most of you watch all of them, but at the same time, there are people that have never watched any, so I need to repeat a few things. So the way this works is, in this case, we're going to use autopilot and GPS just because we can. Just because we can. We don't have to, but we will. And then we'll read about the POI and fly there, look at it, read about the next one, fly there and look at it. And if there's enough space in between, then we'll just, I'll cut out some of the time in between, so it's not a 3-hour trip for you all. But I won't be cutting out much, actually, because these are really short legs. I should be careful how I say that. I'm used to the legs being like 45, 50 minutes long. So yeah, I cut out a lot then, but these shorter ones I really shouldn't be cutting much out. But I do want to see if I can squeeze the first thing into this video. So anyway, without further ado, let's hop inside and get ready to turn this around. We'll get autopilot set up, and then we'll take off and look for the city center, and then we'll slow down, and then we will look for that river. Now, because we will be using autopilot, nothing to do with the GPS, but since we'll be using autopilot, we can use the drone views outside. Or not drone. Yeah, drone view outside of the airplane instead of the chase camera, circle camera. We get some better views that way. What's going on is a sightseeing trip after all. Let's stop parking, break a second. Let's come down here. We're going to do flight director. We're going to use nav. Right? Yes, please. And then anything about altitude. I don't know if altitude is our destination. What was that, Yankee Alpha? Let's see what Yankee Alpha is. Come on, give it to me. There it is. Let's see what our elevation is, and then we'll... Oh gosh, it's like sea level. Come on. Oh, yeah, 14 feet. So that means, because there's nothing tall in between, whoops, we don't need very much altitude. So let's stay nice and low. Let's put at 3,000. Vertical speed. Let's do 600 feet per minute. And there you go. It's that simple. And I don't think I'm making it simpler than it is. I think it's really that simple. So we'll get up in the air here, make sure there are obstacles. We'll engage autopilot. Then we'll do some looking around. Look at the city. We do want to set the flaps down. I confirmed that already, by the way. And here we go. Come on. And are we ready to go up? It's kind of windy. We have a crosswind of 4 knots. Hurricane wind in the sim. Brakes to stop the wheels. Gear coming up. Looking beautiful and realistic. Flaps coming in. Looking out the window as we take off and depart. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is amazing. Holy cow. Let's come down here and set CDI to autopilot to GPS. There we go. Now we can do nav. And now we can engage autopilot. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's look outside while we can. And enjoy the scenery here together a little bit. Like I said, I probably won't be cutting out a whole lot because these legs are so short. So, anyway, enjoy this together, nice and low. We're climbing in altitude, but the ground, the train is climbing in elevation. So, oof, we're gonna make that. I think so. I think we're gonna make it. Anyway, we're supposed to look at the city center. That's what it told us to do, so that's what we're doing. Looking at the city center. Look at that triangle building down there. Into the mountains we go. Ooh, we're going to clear the train? We might need to go a little higher than 3,000 feet. And we might need to increase a little faster here. Oh yeah, our speed is amazing. Let's just crank this up. Let's go. Let's go, as my kids say. I mean, it looks like we're not going to hit... Yeah, so these mountains there are these right here. So we're going to go between them as long as the computer keeps us where it says it's going to. And then that's a river right before those mountains. And let's look back at the city. Trying to get some screenshots here for a possible thumbnail, but it's not really working out in my favor. That's okay. Look at this. Just enjoy it. Resorts. Wow. Look at the rivers coming down. Oh, there's a river already. Look at the rivers coming down, though, from that mountain. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. I know it's not a sightseeing simulator, but in a way it is, actually. I kind of see it as both. I see it as a flight simulator and a sightseeing simulator. Oh, look at the villages and the buildings and the pools. What in the world is this place? What is this place? This is ridiculously amazing. Yep, you can see all the build-up along the river. Wow. What is this? Anywho, alrighty, we're reaching the river, so let's read about the next point of interest here as we turn a little bit towards the coast. The Pyroges River. Follow the general trend of the coastline, and then you'll see the other river in the distance, which if you want to look, it's right here. And then after that, we're going to go east and cut across the southern extremity of New Caledonia to the southeastern tip of the island to the town of Goro. The town was established to service the Goro mine, one of the most important nickel mines in the world. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do a little bit of sightseeing. We're going to look for the next river and the town of Goro, and I'll see you when we get to Goro. Alright, we're about to reach Goro, the mining town. You can kind of see the mines already. Not kind of, you can see the mines already. Obviously, there's the town. There are the mines in front of us. And the red pool of something looks super duper cool. Some water. We're about to turn that way now because we're at the southeasternmost point of the entire island. Is that a big Kool-Aid mine or something? That is really cool the way that's represented in the sim. This is just amazing scenery. This is 10 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10, but no, 10. Let's go 10 out of 10 for this one. It's rare. Wow, look at that. This is spectacular. And there are the mines. Beautiful. I love when the sim data, or the, what am I trying, what's the fancy word for this? For the photographic stuff in the sim like this. I love when it naturally occurs, because you all know what I feel about the handmade objects and POIs by the company I will not name. They look like cartoons from X-Plane 11 and I can't, or X-Plane 9, and I can't stand it. So I like it when the scenery is naturally represented in the sim without being hand-built objects. Cannot stand the hand-built objects. I don't know why they can't just put a filter or something on their objects so they don't look like cartoons. Even when I do my Minecraft textures, they don't look cartoonish, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So why can't they do something about their cartoonish objects? Okay, there's my rant. Hey, they got snow in the mountains here. That was my rant. I haven't ranted that in a couple years, or like a year and a half. So it was due. Alrighty, next after Goro. Where's my mouse? Come here, mouse. Yaté River. From Goro, turn northwest, paralleling the coastline, staying just inland of the shoreline, sight the river in the distance where it empties into the ocean. The river drains the lake, a reservoir formed by the dam. The river at the reservoir is important for processing nickel ore. Yes. All mines in general use a crap ton of water. That's just how they operate. So the river there's there on your map, there's a reservoir with the dam that enters into the river, which empties into the ocean. So we'll be there in a second. So let's read about the next one here. After the river. After the river. Hello. Turn to the east to reach the small village of Mamie, which lies nestled between the sea and the mountain. So then there's a small village. After that small village, we're going to remain inland, and we're going to sight another river where it empties into the ocean. Imagine that. Just beyond the river, sight the Uni Bay. Uni Bay, the small village of Uni, lies deep within the bay at the juncture of the river and the bay. So we're going to look for a tiny village, and then look for another village on the bay, and then there's the airport north of the base of the mine. So very simple. So first we got to get to the reservoir, and then I'll jump back in with you so we can find this little village, and then we'll see from there how we handle the rest of this lake. So here we go, a little bit sightseeing. See you in a moment. Alright, our small village is just below us. I spotted it during sightseeing. There it is, right there. Our tiny little village up against the mountains. Oh my word, can you imagine what that must be like? Incredibly gorgeous, but maybe frightening in some ways as well. Not sure. So now we're headed to the next village, which is a little bit away. 4 minutes away, it says. So I'll give you like a minute of sightseeing or so, and then we'll check out this village, and then we'll land at the airport, which is only 14 feet above sea level, so maybe we can come down in altitude a little bit. Let's try it. Let's come down to 4,000, and we will, whoops, come on now, cooperate with me here. Actually, let's come down to 3,500. I'll have to keep an eye on those peaks though, so we don't hit them. And whoop, there we go. And bring my throttles a little bit so we don't overspeed, because we don't want to crash, or not crash, but ruin the airplane and have to start over. So let's bring the throttles even more here. There we go. I'm going to keep an eye on our speed and the terrain while we come down, and I'll see you when it's time to check out that village and then subsequently land. So about a minute sightseeing for you, and I'll be right back. Alright, it's time to figure out where we're going, because when you look ahead of us out the window, oh, there's the airport right there. Holy guacamole. Okay, here we go. I see. Come on, let me turn this off. This is way closer to us than I thought. So we're gonna do a little S-curves here and slip the airplane down a little bit. So we're going to do right rudder, left aileron, and then you can see how we are coming down very, 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 very quickly, but we're not gaining any speed. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to try to land, because we are way closer to the airport. The airport's right there. We are way closer. Whoop, release that gently to the airport than I thought we were. So we're going to come down. And we're going to circle around, and then we're going to come back this way, and then we're going to land. Maybe we're going to land. What I'm trying to do is make some gigantic S-curves here without stressing the aircraft, then land somehow. I'm going way too fast. Aren't we? No, gear down. Maybe we'll be okay. First set of flaps. No, we'll be good. The lack of peripheral vision, especially in this airplane, annoys me, but that's just how simulators work. I could use track IR, but then I think it would make me dizzy. So, where'd it go? There it is. Getting kind of low. If you get too low, you can't see anything. Let's do full flap now, but get some altitude so we can fly straight in here. My goodness. Wow, those flaps cause a lot of drag. I've got full throttle, and we're not even climbing with full flap, because there's such a drag. Oh, I thought that was hilarious. Alrighty, let's get over these trees here. Not bad to come down like 3,000 feet in a mile or two. Do not recommend doing that normally, and I do not recommend this terrible angle and approach here, but we'll make it. We're fine. We've done this before. Don't let that speed come down yet. This will lose speed faster than an F1 car can stop. So, whoop, careful. Oh boy. I told you we're not best friends, but whoa, whoa. Why are we stalling way above the red tape there? What the heck? I mean, it makes sense now that we stall, but that was terrible. It made sense that we stalled then, but why were we stalling like 10 knots above the red tape? That was weird. Okay, so now I know for the next leg we're going to stall sooner, so we'll have a much better landing. That was terrible. Well, the touchdown wasn't terrible. The nose wheel down was terrible. So next leg here, leg 2 anyway. Next landing will be much better. Yeah. One set of flaps. All right, let's see here. Repair and refuel. There we go. What do we learn? We learned that I'm still not best friends with this airplane, and that it stalls way sooner. Okay, keep that in mind for next time. For a set of flaps down, we'll have to back taxi to take off straight. Let's read about where we're going for leg 2. Back in the air. Search Kauai Bay in the distance. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Where the river meets the ocean. This is an uninhabited portion and is filled with vistas of pristine coastlines and low hills. Okay, right out there. Pretty straightforward. And then after that, we're going to gain a visual on the Ni River where it meets the ocean. I guess we can combine those. Let's combine one more river. Sight the Noi River where it meets Pacific Ocean at the bay. So we're going to look for a bay, of course. And we're entering the uninhabited portion of the island. So bay, uninhabited, river. And we'll meet back up at the Kamboi River. Yeah, delta, low islands, and marshes. Okay, cool. Let's hop outside to our taxi view, take off the parking brake, or put on the parking brake. No. All right, let's see if we can do a better job here this time. I was relying way too much on the red tape to find my stall point. And then the ground effects saved us from crashing though, but still that was really bad. Wow, look at that beautiful, beautiful scenery back there. That is pretty crazy. That is so awesome. Oh, I hope their truck isn't stuck in the mud. Alrighty, let's see. I want to hop inside and see how many sets of flaps this has too in a second when I can. Oofda. We'll set up autopilot as well. Looks like 2 sets of flaps. Okay, so one set of flap was great. The second set of flap slowed us down so much that I had full throttle, could barely climb over that hill. But that's okay. All right, let's turn around. Come on. Come on. I don't have differential braking. All right, we're going to start here to do a slight turn and burn. Okay, there we go. Come down here, set the autopilot. Or flight director. Nav. Let's go back up to 5,000 until we get an idea of the terrain. And we climbed pretty steeply last time, so let's climb pretty steeply again this time. Okay. That's easy. That was easy. Remember those buttons? The that was easy button. Do we have enough runway? Yeah, we should. It's longer than it looks. Just have to climb out of here without hitting anything. We want to go to the right anyway, so see, there we go. See, it stalled at like 74 or something, which I was not expecting, but now I will expect it. There we go. Whoa, lift up. Brakes to stop the wheels, gear coming in. And flaps coming up. And we'll just hand fly out of here because we obviously need to. This is beautiful. I didn't expect this. This is wild and amazing. Wildly amazing. Still hand flying. We're going to put this thing through its paces here to get out of here. There we go. Very nice. I know they updated these diamond aircraft because they used to not be very good when the sim was new. They were horrible. But then they did a huge update to them. And now they're pretty cool. I would not recommend doing this in real life, climbing out here like this, but we made it. We made it. Barely. Let's hand fly, get back on track, then we'll gauge autopilot in a minute. I just want to make sure that we're plenty good on our altitude. And then we're not going to hit anything, so I'm just kind of S-curving out of here. Then we're going to look for 2 rivers. And then the 3rd river, I'll read about the next thing. There we go. Let's look back how we climbed out. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But fun. That was fun. Very fun. Alright, we have one of the rivers and bays in front of us already. That's what you see under the nose. And I think we're ready to engage autopilot. And autopilot. There we go. Super smooth handoff. Alrighty, 2 rivers and a bay, uninhabited part of the island. And I will see you at the 3rd river. See you in a minute. Alright, that's all the sightseeing you get. Because we're going way faster than I thought. So the next bay, river, which is right underneath us, right? Right there, is full of mangroves. That's what it said. I just read about it just to see what was going on. So, mangroves. Small village. Unmarked, uninhabited, rich with mangroves. That's what we're looking at. Sorry, that was the weirdest way to read that. I just wanted to let you know before we missed it. Then after the mangroves, we're looking at POI 10, which is Nemu Island, to the northwest of Tupeti, which was where those mangroves are, which I guess we're going to get in front of us as well, lies an island, uninhabited. There it is on the map. And there it is in the real world. In the sim world, anyway. It's surrounded by coral reefs and white sand beaches. So let's head to the island, because we're supposed to. First we're going to look at the mangroves, and we're going to head to the island. Actually, wait, these are off by one. See? Number 11, rejoin the coast. But 11 and 12 are islands. Okay, their descriptions are screwed up. Let's go outside and look around first and enjoy what we have, and then we'll read about stuff, and then we'll put it together with our brain. We'll use big brain and figure out what it's really supposed to do, or supposed to describe. But anyway, it's beautiful. I'm just taking this all in. Oh, look at all this, especially the sand here, the silt in the rivers, mangroves apparently. And then some islands. So let's see, does it tell us anything about these islands? Taputi Island, that must be the big one. That's where the mangroves are. Okay. That was wrong. So we weren't ahead. They just screwed up their description. After that is Nemu Island, then St. Filippo 2. The Theo River meets the ocean. Coral reefs. You can see the coral reefs right here. Look at that, you see them already. And then, let's actually look out the window this way for a little bit. Another little island. And then, Naked Bay to the northwest. Small hamlet built amid lush forested hillsides. And then the airport. So, yep. So, some islands. Ooh, there's some coral reef stuff down there. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice, nice, nice. So we're going to look at these islands, I guess, and then we're going to look for the airport, which isn't even on our screen yet. Because what is it? Whiskey X-ray? Yep. So we have a ways to go. Unfortunately, they screwed up the description, so we're just going to fly this out. So I'm just going to be sightseeing until we get into our approach for the airport. Just because it doesn't say much other than islands and mangroves. So enjoy the scenery. The sightseeing for about 2 minutes probably when I cut it down, and I'll see you when it's time to approach and land at airport in a bit. Alright, all fun and games until someone is too high to land. So let's start coming down here in a minute. As soon as we cross this little ridge, we'll start descending. We're going to assume this is about sea level, because why wouldn't it be? So let's see, cross this, start coming down. I don't know, all the way down to 1500, I guess. Although we'll be hand flying long before we get down to 1500. The train turbulence is awesome. So where are we landing? It's right before the bay. I see the airport right there. So let's start our descent. Vertical speed down. Let's go about 1100 feet per minute. Bring back throttles so that we don't overspeed and to buy us more time, right? The slower we're going horizontally or laterally, the more time it buys us to descend. So we got 1 minute to here, which means that's only about a minute away. So we got 2 minutes to come down 4,000 feet and 11 feet per minute. That's not nearly enough. So let's go down even steeper and bring back throttles even more to really buy us some time. And then this should increase eventually, which means, yeah, there we go. It's steadied off now. Okay, cool. Do we have time? Let's hand fly this now because we can. Whoop, trim back here, please. And there's our runway. We'll try to fly straight in if we can. Otherwise, we'll circle around, come from the other direction, but we should be good. So remember, turtle, it's going to stall about 74 knots, which is slower than we thought, or faster than we thought. We're below train on that side, above train on this side. Just beautiful. Like that river snaking down there. Oh, we missed it. Let's see. Let's see. Anything else we need to do? No, we just need to manage our aircraft. So gear down. Move the first set of flaps in a moment. I'm trying not to get too distracted by the scenery. Look back there. Wow. But it's just incredible. And let's not gain any speed, please. Snow caps up there. We'll see where this takes us. We will do the next leg in this video. It's only a 9-minute leg, which means by the time we get in there and edit it down, it'll be a couple minutes. All right, first set of flaps now. And I believe it said we only have 2 sets of flaps. Yeah, we'll say 119 knots, 136 and 119. So we can do full flap if we want to. We're not going to quite yet. Let me trim this back. I'm really yanking back in my yoke here. There we go. Much better. All right, look out the window one final time. Because now we need to land. Full flap now. A little early, but whatever. So, this bush trip is not a beginner bush trip by any means. It's not super advanced though either. But I'm really enjoying it. The Patagonia one was probably the most advanced bush trip we've had. That was pretty scary. That had a lot of high wind, crosswinds too on that one. The rest, well, this has a little bit of a wind. For most of them, the winds don't really matter in the bush trips, but in Patagonia they did. And this one, they're mattering a little bit too. There's a little bit of wind in this. But otherwise, yeah, this is definitely like an intermediate level bush trip. Maybe a little higher end of intermediate. But anyway, just thought I'd mention that in case anybody wants to fly and they haven't done bush trips before. Of course, you already have to know how to fly the aircraft and navigate before you can do a bush trip. The challenge of the bush trips is just landing at these little airports and sometimes finding them, right? Even with the GPS and everything, sometimes we can't find the airport. The ones in the mountains are easier to find because they stick out like a sore thumb. But some of the terrain, you just cannot see the airports. And we got trees all the way up to the threshold on this one. So we're going to come down. Oh boy. We've got plenty of runway though. Even though I just can't clip the trees. The trees are not freebies. They used to be. They're not anymore. So we're just going to come down here over these trees. Are we over? We should be pretty good. There we go. Land really long, but we're very slow, so it'll be okay. Soften that out, please. Yeah, see, we're stalling early again because I forgot. Oh, ground effects totally saved us. Oh, there we go. That was still a crappy landing, but whatever. We'll take it. I totally forgot about the early stall. My fault. Fool me once, fool me twice. You know how that goes. Alright, final leg for this video, which is leg 3, repair and refuel. And what else do we need to do here? Oh boy, a little tiny airport, huh? Whiskey Hotel? Whiskey Hotel it is. 10 minutes. I got 9 minutes, 5 seconds. That's 9 minutes and 5 seconds. How? How is that 9 minutes? Whatever. Let's set up autopilot right now since we're sitting here. Nav, vertical speed. Oh, yeah, we'll go up to 5,000 again, I think. And then we'll make adjustments if we need to. Vertical speed, we're going to go way up fast in this one. Like this. And can we read about it while we taxi, do you think? I think we can. Lift off from the airport and skirt. Parking brake on? It was. That's weird. What's going on here? One set of flaps. Turn around here. Let's turn around right here. We're going to back taxi and take off that way. Anyway, lift off from Canala Airport and skirt the western shore of Canala Bay. Okay, so we're going to look at the bay, which is now to our left immediately. From the bay, gain visual on Houailou Bay. To the northwest, the village of Houailou, which was built to support local mining, lies on the western shore. And then we'll look for the river. Okay, so we'll look at the village together. So that's all we're going to read about right now. So all we need to do is come out here, turn around and take off. Alright, back inside the aircraft. We got way more room than it looks. So we're just going to slow down here a little bit. Make sure we keep our left main off the dirt though. And we're literally just going to turn around and take off. And we'll look at the bay out the window to the right. And then we'll look for the village up ahead. So here we go, let's get in the middle, somewhat in the middle, please, of the runway. And get a little bit of extra speed. There's 70 knots. There's 80, 81, and 82. Let's pop up, brakes and stop the wheels. Nice steep climb. Whoops, I bumped the flap button a little early. Gear coming up, flaps already up because you bumped the button. We'll just fly right out of here. And turn to look at the bay, which is right there. There's our bay. Check it out. And look where we're going now. Let's go back into front view. We'll get over this ridge a little bit. Once I feel safe engaging autopilot, we'll engage autopilot. And I'll give you some sightseeing until I get to the village, which is only like a minute away, supposedly. But we should get a better view of the bay here once we get up and over this hill. Very beautiful. See you later, everybody. Thanks for letting us use your restroom, but we must be on our way. Here we go, up and over the bay, and now we're going to turn towards the village, although I guess our POI for the bay is at the end of the bay. And then we'll look for the mining village. Are you ready to engage autopilot yet, do you think? I don't know, I'm just enjoying hand flying so much, I don't really want to use autopilot, but it's hard to see and make a video if we just hand fly. We've had to hand fly these before. Just the video isn't as nice to watch, I don't think. Ooh, smooth over the water. Alright, there's the ocean. We're over the bay. Low-wing aircraft, so you can't even see the bay, but it's there. And we're going to head to the mining town now. I'm not quite comfortable engaging autopilot yet. Yeah, maybe we can. There you go. Yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah. Alrighty, see the mining town in about 20 to 40 seconds for you. Alright, the little mining town is below our nose. Let's hop outside. Check out the town to support mining. That's a lot of ghost towns, those of you who don't know history, at least in Western United States. The reason why there's so many ghost towns in the Western United States is because of the mining. Once the mining dried up, not literally dried up, but you know, once it dried up, so to speak, the towns had no reason to exist, so they become ghost towns. Not saying this is a ghost town. These are still active mines. At least that's what I get out of the navlog, that these are still active. But I'm just saying, just in Western United States history, which has nothing to do with New Caledonia. Anyway, you can see the ocean over here from 5,000 feet. I think that's pretty cool. Alrighty, let's read up because the airport is right there, I think. So we're almost done with this leg already. What is next? Oh, I also noticed these POIs are only off by 2 numbers. So like we're headed to 17, but it's really 15 on here. So not a big deal. Easy to figure out. Continue on the coastline, remaining on the coastline. Fly over the river where it meets the prominent hairpin turn just inland where it meets the ocean. Oh yeah, right here. See, we'll be able to see that from the airplane. After that, turn slightly to the west and fly over the Koala Valley. Whoops. Oh crap, there we go. Koala Valley, a lush riparian corridor. Okay, into the hills it looks like, so we got to keep our altitude for a little bit. And then meet the ocean again at the mining town of Poro. So we'll see another mining town, and then we'll start coming down to the airport, which is going to be pretty much sea level. It's on the sea. Sight the river where it meets the ocean. Houailou River. Land at the airport, located northwest of the river. Shouldn't be too hard to find. And that will conclude this first video of the New Caledonia bush trip. Why do I keep saying Caledonia bush trip? Caledonia bush trip. Yeah. Anyway. Okie dokie. I'm just checking out some little features and things because it's beautiful, and it's because of these things I wish I would do just one leg per video and not cut any of the sightseeing. But then it would take, like I said, over 2 weeks of video content to get through a bush trip. So it just doesn't make sense that way. But we can take moments like this together, like that river valley that's dried up to just a little river. And this mine, all these mines. Look at all that mining. Oh, there's one of the little mining towns. Oh my gosh, beautiful. And then we'll start coming down. I think the airport is right there. Stands out a little bit. I think. I could be wrong. Little islands. You all know my island stories. Maybe I'll tell you some island stories in the next video, but not this one. So anyway, we're getting ready to conclude leg 3, which will conclude this video. So make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribe so that you know when the next part will come out with the next legs of this bush trip, so you're not left hanging in suspense. And like it so other people know we exist. I think I'm one of the very few people, if not the only person, doing every bush trip on YouTube. So hit the like button even if you normally don't do it, and that way people will know we exist. And other people can enjoy the content. So there we go. Alright, I think it's time to come down. And we've got a minute and a half to come down a bazillion feet. So here we go. Bring back those throttles. And I've been misjudging my altitude and descent because of the terrain. Whoa. Yeah, that's not cool. I've been misjudging everything because of the, the terrain. So anywho, we're going to have to circle to land. Once we spot the airport for sure, we will circle and land. Perhaps. I haven't spotted it yet. I see the delta. I see where everything is coming out. I see the next rivers. But I don't see our airport yet. We're coming down pretty good. But we're going way too fast to land. So I really don't think we're going to make this without a go-around. But then again, we are doing this turtle style. And if there's a runway and you can see it, if you can see the runway, you can land on it. That's how we do this here on the Tall Turtle channel. Where are you? I'm not being facetious. Like, where are you? Huh. I mean, it just doesn't show anything in the way between the runway. Well, that's not it there. Is it? Is it this strip of weirdness right here? That's the runway? No. That looks nothing like the picture. Yeah, okay. Well, let's do a go around then and land on that, I guess. That's kind of weird. In fact, we can probably land from the other direction. That's really our runway? That looks nothing like the reference image. In fact, yeah, there's airplanes down there. Okay. What's the wind saying? Crosswind perfectly no matter what. So let's just turn around and land from this other direction here. Okay, that's weird. Had I known that was a runway, I definitely could have made that without a go around. No problem, but that does not look like a reference image whatsoever. Yeah, I know I got flaps down still, but whatever. Little island, look at you. Aww. Alrighty. I think we can make a U-turn now. I think we're good. I think we are good. And then we'll land and conclude this video. So again, you get another chance. Hit that like button so people know we exist, even if you normally don't do that sort of thing. Then subscribe when you know the next few legs come out of this bush trip. And I did not note runway heading. Where is this runway? Where is this nasty runway? Ugh. There it is, I think. There are some trees in the way, but whatever. Full flap now. Bring our speed down here. Let's aim much above 70 something for our speed. Oh, this lack of peripheral vision is killing me. That's okay. It's not as bad as full planes, because when you land a full plane in the water without peripheral vision, it's dangerous. But we'll be okay. We'll be able to do this. All right. It fooled me once. It fooled me twice. Let's see if I can do this third time the charm here. If not, we have 5 more legs, I think, to get this right. All right. Full flap. Gear down. We're going to stay a little above. Yeah, we're going to stay by that green mark, which I think is our rotate. We're going to stay right here. There we go. Much better. There we go. Really turbulent. There we go. I thought we were going to touch down. That's why I let it stall. Where's the ground? There we go. Again, no peripheral vision. There we go. Nice. Keep the yoke back, though, so you don't push the nose wheel too much. Whew, flaps in. There we go. All right, we made it. Could have been way better. That still wasn't fantastic. It took almost double the time, too. Still wasn't fantastic, but it was getting better. I told you before, we're not friends, this diamond airplane and me. There you go. 3 legs down, a bunch more to go. Subscribe so you know when the next video drops. I'll see you then.